Okay, so we're filming, so if you could do your name.
Noni Thomas.
I'm William Randolph.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Anna Bechlian, also known as Besh.
Colin Feeney.
Hi, I'm Maris.
Hi, I'm Aiden Order.
I'm Kyle.
Hi, my name is Astrid.
I'm Alex Heron.
Caprice Herchavac.
Hi, I'm Torrance T-Money Smith.
Hi, I'm Nina.
Hey, I'm Ian.
I'm Anya DeSalvo.
Sabina.
Hi, I'm Quinoa.
Lisa Ray.
Constantino George L. Corey Esquire III.
What surprised you the most about your team?
I think the thing that surprised me the most, not even going into freshman year, but the most that I sort of saw transform was the way that the guys communicated with each other is something I haven't really experienced.
I mean, maybe the amount we lost, like how slow we ended up actually being, that was a surprise that took me 4 years to really understand.
I love how much a mix of C, CC, and Barnard it is, and how on our team that doesn't matter at all, and everyone just really comes together. And you kind of forget what school people are a part of and what their major is sometimes, but then you also get to know all these deep things about people.
I never could have imagined how useful shoes would be as drinking vessels.
I was surprised by how the culture could shift, could positively shift over the years. Specifically when it came to working out and training.
I've been surprised by how much I've learned from this team, and how much it's shaped me and changed me over these 4 years.
We're a big nonsense team. I didn't realize this coming in, but everyone's kind of a little odd and quirky and have their own thing they focus on, but there's just a general enjoyment of silliness and theatrics.
Coxswains don't wash boats.
How we were able to come together and define success in a setting where each of us was very, very different from the next. We are not a cookie cutter team at all. We are scrappy as hell and a lot of big, weird personalities, and especially our class, height wise, we are certainly nothing like Princeton or Yale. Just a lot of short, scrappy players in the mix.
I didn't think it was going to mean so much to me, but it did.
I think the thing that surprised me most about my team was how profound of an impact just but any individual can have on the team's culture. It isn't a machine that you step into and that you're subject to, but you actually you have the ability to change things before you. And that was something extremely powerful. And I hope that everyone on the team still can act on that.
Okay. Weirdest comment from coach/teammate.
Weird. I've gotten some weird comments, but I think one of the classics from Emerson is less of a comment and more of an action. It's just he'll come out of the office and just give me the finger and then walk away without saying anything. And the weirdest part about that is that there is no comment. It's just an action.
Sophomore year, when Nick called me a 3V caliber athlete in the fall.
They told me that if I wanted to go faster, or if the boat wanted to go faster, that I should try to pull less, not go as fast, and let the big dogs eat.
This fall, way too far into this fall, when the freshman asked me if I was a junior.
Coming back around the turn to go onto the Broadway bridge, and Emerson's like, Kyle, you are going to go home for Thanksgiving break and you're going to fuck your brother. Look, I mean, I never thought the truth get in the way of a good story, but no, that did happen.
Emerson, our head coach, he starts off the recap. He's like, well, when I look at someone like Laurel and I look at her splits, I think, those splits aren't that fast. And he like kind of laughed. He's like, ha ha, and everybody else was like dead silent. And it was the joke did not land.
This one was helpful but weird. But when I was learning to cox, my teammate told me to find my Cookie Monster voice, and that it was better when I tried to impersonate the Cookie Monster. And that's what eventually helped me find my coxing voice.
I think it was 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and up comes a messenger notification when I woke up the next morning from Nick Lee Parker. And, he must have been out or something, but it was just a long paragraph about how this is my freshman year, how he appreciated the walk-on and the effort required in doing that. And I sent him a thank you the next morning. Then I saw the time, and I'm like, oh, he was definitely just really drunk when he wrote that, but I'll appreciate it anyway.
Last year in North Carolina, when we were aligning the boats to do pieces, like 3 boats across, Emerson said, all right, everyone, point at the dinosaur tree. And I think it took the coxswains half the training trip to figure out what tree he meant and how this tree looked like a dinosaur.
Emerson described me as a young Anakin Skywalker. So interpret that as you will.
I was in bow seat, classic. And we were about to lunge, and Emerson came up to me and was just like, Nina, Bowtown needs a new sheriff.
Probably the weirdest thing I've heard is Noah Ross talking about the elusive cat cow as the secret to immortality.
Favorite rowing related spot?
Okay. So I definitely think that my favorite spot is when you cross the bridge onto the Hudson, because I think there's just like such an excitement that we have on our team when it's a Hudson day and we know that we're going to row on the Hudson. And as much as we love like rowing on the Harlem and rowing at Overpeck, there's something special about the Hudson and being able to see New York City from that view.
It's honestly probably Worcester, Eastern Sprints venue.
Riding by the water.
Okay, I love Overpeck. Overpeck is the best. I would row there every day for the rest of it and never go to the boathouse again. But favorite location would definitely be the office. That room is so weirdly comforting.
Well, when I first came to Columbia, I was taken to the Roof of Mud. So that's has always held it was on my official visit. So it's always kind of held a special meaning to me, I guess. And it's always been associated with rowing. It's kind of where I got started at Columbia.
This is classic, but the boathouse and the Sea Rock. I just think the Sea Rock is so cool.
Favorite rowing related spot would have to be sort of the lagoon when you're going from the dock and you take that right instead of going left down Overpeck, down under that little bridge, and it's a little hideaway spot when you're in your single. Need a little sun bath or something, go out there, relax a little bit, and then get on with your K.
That driveway part of Overpeck where we warm up.
Probably go with the Hudson.
I like being in 2-seat. I loved being in 6-seat because I was never in 6-seat.
I really like when we're under the high bridge, which is very specific.
Hands down, the erg room. You get to see people at their worst and their best, and I think there's something very special about that.
Just the erg room, the sheriff's saloon, the horse's stable. What else can I say?
What do you hope Columbia rowers will do / experience in years to come?
A sense of purpose, I guess. I feel like you get the most out of rowing when you've made the decision to be there, more than it just being a responsibility. When this is something I choose to do and this is why I'm here, it makes it a little easier to get through things and a little easier to go faster, and it's just more enjoyable.
Emerson always talks about this, just appreciating your experiences, and appreciating the time that you have in college. And appreciate the friends you make, and I don't know, don't be too hard on yourself and don't be too hard on others.
I hope that every Columbia rower that goes through Columbia has the opportunity to learn about themselves and to grow as a person and to find different people that they look up to and actually learn from them.
We got to keep the fun facts going. If I visit the team in like 20 years and they don't ask me to give a fun fact, I'm going to be deeply disappointed.
I hope Columbia rowers continue to do J sits.
Hardest workout that we do in the winter. When they're halfway through it, I hope they just like look around and like experience or take in the camaraderie.
Like something I kind of wish, or I don't know, I think is like pretty important to do, like just while you have time on the team, is just like try to make an effort to like talk to like literally every single person on the team.
Really hope they get a boathouse out at Overpeck. That'd be great for them.
I hope they'll make great friends the way I made friends.
I would really like to see all of the existing lightweight guys that are there today and there in the next 1 to 3 years, and the incoming freshmen as well, not take as much of the time you spend with the team for granted. I think.
What will you miss the most?
I will definitely miss the people, and related to spending time with people I love is the fact that we were all putting in so much time and energy into a collective vision.
I think I'll definitely miss the like IRA training camps, especially. But like, you know, I think they're pretty similar to like the Florida training camps as well.
Everybody who has been injured for like long periods of time definitely feels this way, but like I would always just miss practice the most. And like I would complain, be like, I don't really care about the racing, which like obviously I did. I'm glad we went to the Charles, like, and that was our last race. But like I don't know, I've just missed being there and doing it.
The people, most definitely. So I'll miss the people the most because they're the ones who made everything else about the rowing so special.
I think North Carolina. I guess mostly like the grit of it and how like tough of a camp it is, but also like you're just thrown into a cabin with 3, 4, 5 other dudes and you gotta just live it out. And like that always creates like a fun dynamic.
I'll miss like being fit and pushing myself in that way.
I'm gonna miss like the nervous energy before a race, or like when you get switched in a sea race, like those like that like minute in between when the coach calls your name, you're switching boats, and before the piece starts.
Rowing is pretty fun. I'll probably miss that.
I'll definitely miss being around my friends 24/7 the most. There's just like no situation outside of undergrad where you get to just hang out with your friends all the time, like live with them, eat with them, go to class with them. There's really no time where you're not just surrounded by like the people you love.
It's got to be the people at the end of the day. Like by my senior year, like this was like my family that like had my back through thick and thin.
I'll miss the team. I'll miss the shared spaces and the laughs. I'll miss like people having each other's back, or like having someone there always, even when you don't think you want it.
Sitting at the start line with your boat and feeling that sense of anticipation and nerves, but you're all sharing those feelings. Like it's a special moment because you're all probably having the same thoughts and second guessing some decisions, but at the end of the day, you're racing it together.
I would choose rowing over gardening any day.
Favorite dining hall?
I like always would say John Jay since freshman year, and then in the last like 4 months of school, I just stopped going to John Jay and would only either go to West Side or Ferris.
Ferris has been a staple after every Saturday morning practice as long as I can remember being on the team, and the vibes in there are impeccable. You can always, it's just a safe space.
A Ferris guy through and through. You know, you go there, they easily have the best dinners. People underrate their dinners way too much.
Mhm.
People go to John Jay and get their pasta, get their rice, but nothing beats the style of Ferris.
I used to be a Ferris guy for a while, but I think this last year I'm Jay now.
I was the first person to be John Jay. I'm just gonna say that. Freshman year, everybody was always going to Ferris for everything, and Ferris was their top dining hall. I always stuck with John Jay. I also lived in John Jay freshman year, so I was all about that.
Jay, no question.
Like everyone always says, like, dining hall, food. The main thing is food. The main thing is not food. The main thing is space.
First 2 years, I was a Ferris person. But then the past 2 years, which I think were better, I've been a Jay person.
I feel like all my best memories are in JJ's.
My favorite dining hall. So, Ferris for breakfast, John Jay for dinner for sure.
Jay.
I have to say Diana, which is a different idea than most people.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You can't make a mother choose her favorite child. So I will not be answering that question because I don't want any recordings. You know, it's like a stuffed animal. You know, you have multiple stuffed animals. You can't just sleep with one because the other ones get jealous. So I don't have a favorite, and I'm going to be on record saying that I love them all equally. Love.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through.
Rowing related memories. I guess that's kind of the only memories I have.